gonna be a Mexican sweet potato hash, requested by the champ himself.
And Jay, when you gonna come down with a Versace roll on?
Greatness doesn't arrive loud. It arrives prepared. And Shakur Stevenson has been walking toward this moment like a man who's been circling it his entire life.
Started out playing baseball, baseball bat in his hand. He exhibited a very keen hand-eye coordination, at a very early age, He and I, every day, were watching boxing. So one day, he finally sat up and just started punching. I'm like, whoa, hey. While he was walking, at the time, barely, we started punching and throwing the bat, all doing everything.
That one right to that
You got one! Don't stay here. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. Ain't nothing, man. The first one was.
Sound good. Sure, had you go get that little shot in the first round. Huh? Little bullshit shot.
Was I catching it?
You got it back.
Hey, it's straight. I seen you around a couple of shit. I was at,
No rush in his steps, no wasted motion, just purpose stacking on top of purpose. Especially now, with Andre Ward in his corner, sharpening the blade for Teofimo.
Yeah. The way your heart rate is recovering right now,
It's
you
quick, huh?
getting close, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, he getting tired.
Yeah.
And then he'll do some fight. Like, boom, boom. Like, okay.
I gotta rest up, take some wind.
Yeah. I saw him catching some of that too.
Is what you really gotta watch out for. I like the little, but the lead hand is like sneaky.
I love.
It's down here, so you'll get caught like looking at it and waiting for it to come, and then thump.
I like how he stay long and keep that angle.
Yeah, he keep the angle.
Keep his head off the
Position,
fucking
man,
line.
just in case. Especially with somebody fast like him with timing. You can't be out of position. You got that.
Yeah.
He's strong as hell. He picked me up in there. It was fun though. Just to be in the ring with him, share the ring with him, test his IQ out a little bit, see some of the moves he's doing, and I'm gonna go take it with me when I go fight. So I appreciate Dre.
And that alone tells you how serious this is. Because Ward doesn't babysit potential, he fine-tunes champions. What he's giving Shakur is patience, positioning, and that championship calm that only shows up when the lights get hot. Some fighters are talented, but elite fighters, you can see it early. You can feel it before the world does. And Shakur has always been one of those chosen ones.
Many are called, few are chosen. He was a chosen one. How he stood apart was his talent, his gifts. He was able to do things that the average fighter wasn't able to do. It's something about elite fighters. Their talent stand out apart from, the competition, like way before it come to fruition. And I'm one where I'm looking and searching and seeking for that special talent.
oh my God! Well, I'm down.
Boxing means everything to me. Boxing is like my life. It's like something I'm married to. Like I feel like I'm married to boxing. Like I put my all into the sport. I do whatever I can to be the best, and I'm gonna keep doing whatever I can to get better and better. And I just want to be the best.
You saw flashes of it against Zepeda. He didn't just survive pressure, he dissected it. While chaos bounced off him, he stayed composed. And when you compare that to Teofimo's best nights, the contrast is obvious. Teo burns bright in bursts. Shakur drains you slowly, until you realize you got nothing left. And that control didn't start in some fancy gym. It started young. Hand-eye coordination, natural instincts, years of quiet sharpening.
As time went on, I started working with the Mets with him, you know, at an early age, and, you know, he really got good at it. So by the time he turned 5 years old, I took him to the gym. So one day I took, you know, like old karate pitcher, I took the boxing gloves, sat him here, took the baseball bat, sat it here, and I said, yo, whichever one you choose is gonna be your destiny. So he made a quick veer to the boxing glove, picked up the boxing glove, put him on his hand, said, that's it. Everything else was history.
At 5 years old, he chose boxing over baseball. And that single choice shaped everything. Today, Shakur isn't chasing moments or noise. He works like a machine, day after day, built to break Teofimo down piece by piece, confidence versus calculation, and only one survives.
So far, camp is going great, you know, looking at the anticipation of the things that's coming forward. You know, we're not looking past anybody, but, you know, he's been working very hard, and he's been in the gym a very good amount of time, and, you know, I think he's taking this fight just as serious as he would take any other fight, if not more. So I know for sure that I could say he's going to be ready.
But on the other side of that calm storm is Teofimo Lopez. Loud, explosive, fully charged, smiling like a man who already sees the ending.
I'm fighting a road runner in the Coyote. You chose me. I ain't choose you. You chose me. So I'm gonna tell you straight the F up. You can go back to 135. We'll send you back to lightweight. You still got your WBC belt. You're gonna be fine. Shakur will fall. Kaz. We are here at the Undisputed Performance Center, just in preparation for January 31st against Shakur Stevenson.
He was born for this. He's God-gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You gotta do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning, and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break.
And here's the thing. Teo doesn't joke like this when he's unsure. He jokes like this when he's locked in. Half comedy, half threat. Daring Shakur to run just so he can chase him down. This is the Teofimo who thrives under bright lights. Pressure doesn't scare him, it fuels him.
I've been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Between me and Shakur, when we were under top rank, because we were the next rising stars, we sparred. We did only 3 rounds back in Miami in 2016. I was getting the best out of him. You should have seen afterwards. Why do you think he said stop? He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Balancing focus with chaos in a way that only makes sense to him. And right beside him, as always, is his father. Teofimo Sr., running the camp, running the voice, running the belief.
I think I'm gonna learn the most with this fight coming up. I don't even look at my fights after I fight. I just go and clock in, do my work. Shakur and that community are all personal, buddy-buddy, where I'm like by myself a lot of times. But that's part of the success because they're all Michael Vicks and I'm a dog.
That father-son bond is still the engine behind everything. Trust your instincts, sharpen your timing, lean into the explosiveness. This is that dangerous Teo lane. Serious enough to work, confident enough to laugh, stubborn enough to believe the world is wrong again.
I'm coming to conquer.
You're not conquering us.
I get bullied constantly in the boxing world. Everyone's favoring Shakur Stevenson, although he's coming up to my weight class. I am the king of this division. And I have Shakur Jigama. You know?
You said you're gonna do what?
Jigga my balls.
What? Wow,
You hard,
bro. Pause.
You hard. So that's why we gotta keep beating these guys. Beating Shakur, this is part of it to get to that next level. I pretty much have had almost everything thrown at me, and I look forward to see what will be thrown at me come January 31st.
And history says when Teo smiles like this, talks like this, trains like this, he's not guessing. He's expecting. Expecting to turn the ring into his stage and make someone else play catch up.
If you're gonna set the tone with someone with Shakur, you better have a game plan because the guy he's gonna be patient. He's not gonna get off his game plan to fall into your trap. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez's coach, I would tell him not to lose focus, not to not to get frustrated inside the ring. Stick to your game plan, whatever game plan it is. If it's A, B, C, whatever it is, stick to it and go for it.
Then Oscar Valdez steps in. Not with hype, but with scars. A man who's actually felt Shakur's style. And his message was simple. Don't get greedy. Because greed is exactly how Shakur traps you.
But someone like Shakur Stevenson, like I said, it's easier said than done with a fighter like that because, it's not like he's too back from you. He's just right there in your face, and once you throw, he just rocks back a little bit and touches you. Then it becomes very frustrating. Then when you start loading up, then he does it again. He starts loading up in his shots, but just outboxing you. So. I would just say it's like I said, it's a tough one for me to pick who will come out victorious. That's why I go with the 50-50 fight.
He rocks back, touches you, touches you again, waits for you to overcommit, then punishes you cleaner. That's not commentary. That's experience. Valdez said it straight. Shakur isn't there to entertain. He's there to win. Teofimo lives for moments. Shakur lives for minutes.
I know you tried to do it, and Shakur's undefeated at this point, but like, how do you beat a Shakur Stevenson?
I think how you beat a Shakur Stevenson, if I can go back and you do something, try. And I say this try because, like I said, you just said it done, but try to put in pressure like Camarón Cepeda did, and just wait for your shot to land good, and make that damage where he has no that.
But Oscar didn't rule Teo out. He said pressure can work, just intelligent pressure, not reckless chaos. One clean opening, one big shift. That's why he called it 50-50ths. Because Teo might be the only guy strong enough to flip the table instead of solving the puzzle.
I think Teo's his angles. I think his angles are gonna be a factor. Because he likes to use those angles, he's not one-dimensional. He likes to use those angles, and I think that's going to kind of be a factor in the fight of, for Shakur, because Shakur's kind of stay in one spot, and so Teofimo can be utilizing those angles to use, so to his advantage, and so I think Teofimo, I think that's going to be a big factor, for him, is his angles and his speed and his power. He can crack too.
Then Augie Sanchez walks in with the rarest credential. I've been in the ring with both. That changes everything, he said. Shakur doesn't waste punches. He doesn't beat you loud. He beats you efficiently, like your battery slowly dying.
For Teofimo, so he can put his counter to work and see his openings. And maybe capitalize off of, I don't know if he'll knock him out, or stop. I don't know if he has the power to actually stop to stop Teofimo, but I think he has the power to get the respect of him. But it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a technical fight.
Do you give the edge to either guy just by the slightest, or having known them, you're not trying to pick a
I'm not trying
to let the best man win.
Yeah, just let the best man win. Yeah, this guy.
But he also reminded us, Teo isn't one-dimensional. Speed, power, angles, explosiveness. If he disrupts Shakur's timing, things get dangerous fast. Still, if you give Shakur time, he finds you.
Of Teofimo, Lopez, and Shakur Stevenson, that definitely makes sense. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
I got Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it'll be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, Shakur, I think the thing is about Teo is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You can see in some fights he's struggling. Teo does struggle. Now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles. He does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Teo does.
Then Regis Prograis cuts straight to the truth. He said this fight happens in Teo's head before it happens in the ring. Not talent, mental steadiness. Because inconsistency plus a thinker like Shakur, that's trouble.
And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. You know, it might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then after that, I feel like you know, Shakur is probably gonna start stepping up, and Teo's gonna try to hit him, and it's not gonna work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counterpuncher. Really.
So who survives, Shakur's discipline or Teofimo's volatility? Drop your take in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.